boys.
Was Jared about little boys or little girls?
Little girls.
Yes, I think it was.
I'm almost positive it was little girls. Yeah.
Could have been a mix. I'm not sure, but he, regardless, is a pedophile. So
how does that translate in prison? In prison, how does that translate? If it's little boys, she probably be dead. But with little girls,
it doesn't matter. No, so like usually, so I've been to prison. So
we have a subject matter expert.
Yeah. So I spent a couple months at a federal prison, and I didn't get any experience about pedophiles there myself. But I talked to plenty of prisoners who had their own pedophile experiences. Usually, those guys are in their own unit or even their own prison. So like the idea that like a pedophile just gets thrown to the wolves is usually not true. Like more likely the circumstance would be like he's done pedophilia before, but now he's arrested for like whatever, Grand Theft Auto, and then the other prisoners find out that in the past he was a pedophile, and then they do something awful to him. But it wouldn't matter, girls, boys, whatever. Like he's gonna get fucked up.
They put all the pedophiles in one prison called a something.
It's called a rapiary.
A rapiary.
I believe it's called the Catholic Church.
Hot take.
Yeah. Haven't heard that one.
That's brand new material. They usually put those guys in their own unit, or their own prison, because otherwise they'll get eaten alive. They'll get murdered. They'll get beaten. They'll get castrated. Like something awful.
They should take that unit and combine it with the scared straight stuff and really teach those kids a lesson.
Oh, you
get some
They have to change the name of the program.
Get some smart mouth 12-year-olds in there.
I don't think.
Except instead of scaring them straight, they're all like super kind to them and try to get them back to their cell.
Yeah, they're all
got a little trouble in school. That's no big deal. That's no big deal.
No big deal, dude. You'll be fine. You know, I got a cool stereo system back in my cell. You want to see it?
Isn't that how the pedophile tried to lure you?
That's literally my pedophile experience.
Yeah, when Woody was a kid, there was a pedophile who was like, I got a cool stereo system back at home. And like 12-year-old Woody is like, for reals?
I really thought twice about it.
8-track?
You almost got raped.
You got some Bee Gees back home? Let's go.
That's how I learned to play pool. Literally, I learned to play pool from a pedophile who was trying to seduce me.
Wait, was that was the same guy?
Yeah.
Back and forth, Woody. Back and forth.
Did he ever stand behind you and help you shoot?
Yes. Yes. How else do you teach someone to play pool?
It's all in the rear end, Woody. That's where you get your power from. Right here, right on your glute.
Feel how my hips are moving. Feel
how our hips are in sync, Woody.
I hope he chalked his cue before he
it turns from a lube to kind of a soap.
Let me put my ball in your pocket. Oh my! Oh no, he went there with it.
I don't think I ever had any pedophile experiences as a kid. I was warned of pedophiles, of course. Like I think when I was warned like very early, because like
that's what you should. That's when they want you.
It's smart, right? Like, because like I spent most of my like early child when I'm like 5, like I spent weekends with my grandmother, and she would always warn me like, don't get away. Like a pedophile will get you and they'll torture you to death. And I was just like, like they'll cut you to ribbons, and I was just so scared all the fucking time, like in fucking stores and shit.
If I had quarters, I would have had no use for that pedophile. But even like $1.25 wasn't, because okay, you don't know this. It was an arcade. Right, it was a video game arcade, back before everyone had video games at their house. So you'd go to the arcade, and in the back of it, they had pool tables and pinball and shit like that. And this guy was an adult with what seemed like an endless amount of money. I mean, sometimes as much as $2. And
is that a roll in your quarters, mister? Or are you just happy I'm back in the
roll of I saw this guy. There was a game that you could like put quarters into extend your game. That wasn't always a thing. It was kind of a new concept. This guy would take a fucking roll of quarters and put it on the glass, implying like, I'm not going anywhere. If you're hoping you're next, go to dinner and come back, because I have an entire roll of quarters, which was an unfathomable amount of money to me. And I'm like, how does he do this? And then one day he came still dressed as a postal carrier, and that was his bottomless supply of money. What it takes to be rich to a young kid is not a lot.
Like
Yeah,
a government
I remember.
job. Yeah, like $45K a year will do it.
Yeah.
I remember
Because we are
specifically
talking
it's
about
like,
$25, right? That's what a roller
Is
quarter
it 20 or 25? I'm not even sure.
In my head, it's 25.
not a
It's like-
lot. Not a lot of money.
It'd be 100 quarters, right? Isn't that what they do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hadn't rolled change since I was a kid.
I don't know. I haven't done that either. I
It's
remember my grandma had a little
$10.
machine for it.
$10.
It's $10.
Nothing.
$10, yeah.
Oh.
40 of them. Yeah.
Shit. I mean, yeah, did you ever do that, Taylor? I don't know. At my house, my dad, back then, like, nobody used debit cards. Everybody used cash. So every night my dad would come home and he'd take his change and he'd throw it in a coffee can, like whatever was in his pocket. And then at the end of the year, there'd be like literally 4 coffee cans worth of change. And me and my sister would sit there and roll all this change up and cash it in. And it would be like that was our money. Like that was the money that my sister and I would get to spend on our own Christmas presents on top of like whatever Santa Claus and mom and dad and the relatives brought us. It was like, here you go, kids. You roll it up. You get to keep it. And it would be like a significant amount of money. Like
It takes
6 to 8.
forever to do it.
That's why my parents that's why they were like, just take this money, kids. Like this will be a great Christmas present. You'll learn a little bit of your fingers will smell like copper for a week, and
You're gonna get
but it
that
would be like
annoying,
$600 to
paper
$800.
Whoa.
And you would like. I remember like just
God.
like, I was being, like
4 coffee cans full of change.
When you said it was a
year
significant
was
amount
this?
of money, I'm like, probably at least 12. Like
Oh no, like 4 or 5 coffee cans full of change, like full
I
like.
have no concept of what that is. I don't
It's like
keep my
$600
own.
to $800.
At this point,
lot.
I do that, but I just give it to Jackie. Like it goes in her purse. Anything that's not,
Yeah.
I care. I like a really thin wallet, so there's only 20s in it.
Same.
And,
Same. I've got like the little thing like you have.
If I spend anything and I end up with like a 10 and a couple ones, it's like, Jackie, take this. This is yours.
And then the Coinstar was invented. You guys are familiar with the Coinstar machine?
Sure.
yeah, where they take like 15% of your shit.
Yeah.
They do, but then you don't smell like pennies for a week.
That's true. It is better. I remember being able
It
to use
takes you
that.
2 minutes as opposed to 2 weeks. So
Yeah, as an adult, it really is a better option because it's like, you know what, I don't have time to roll this shit. My time is worth more than the change rolling time. But it was funny. I think Kyle or Woody, one of you said you have no idea how easy it is to convince a kid like you're rich. I remember in kindergarten having like I've said it before, but like an earnest argument, like conversation with like other kindergartners, like. Do you think your family's worth $100? And this kid's like, well, I think we do okay, but $100? I don't think so. And people are asking, and I'm like, I don't know. $100? Like in our head, it's like this is like we're just learning to count. We haven't even gotten there yet. We
I understood money better at 5 years old than you did. This may be a unique thing to you.
I mean,
I don't know,
we're all
my dad
five,
always
and
had
they all
cash.
understood also.
My dad always had cash, so I was kind of.
I didn't have access
aware-
to cash in kindergarten. I was 5. They didn't give me anything.
Well, I would see the cash, though. You know.
I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
$100 bills were a big deal when I was a kid. Like if
Yeah.
someone had one, you might get a chance to hold it and look at it. It was as an oddity.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems really gauche now, but there's this picture of me as an infant, like in a pile of $100 bills, and it's
Yeah, it wasn't gauche then, though.
I don't know.
parents rap
It's
artists,
funny.
were they rappers?
Oh, this is Will Kyle.
He had a diamond grill.
No, he worked a lot. He worked a lot with cash, and he's always been a poker player, so there was always a lot of cash on hand for poker and stuff. And I don't know. There's a picture of me as like this little baby. I may have it somewhere. I'll see if I can. find it.
Laying on a pile of dirty poker money.
Yeah, laying on a pile of dirty poker money. Like that's what strengthened my immune system.
You smell like cigars. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Pussy.
nice. You were a pretty cool kid then.
I was real badass.
I never got any cool photos of me taken with money. All the pictures I have of
I don't think there is such a thing.
I have like goofy ones where like my grandparents, my mom would like put me and my brother or brothers in like a cowboy hat and like make us do that. But even then, my youngest brother's too young. I would have said no at the time had they tried that again. But yeah, there was. Do you ever go back and look at those? I need to go in my basement and look through some pictures and see if I can find some embarrassing family photos. That would be fun to poke through and see if I can find those.